চালু হয়ে গেছে। এবার তুমি দেখছি তুমি আর অফিসে ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে।
Now I request our past president CMC Jagwain ji, please come forward and present a memento to our chief guest.
ছেলেটা না সবই বুঝবে, ওখানে হচ্ছে ওখানে। আমাদের তো এই কিন্তু আটকে যাচ্ছে, সব লোকজন আটকে যাচ্ছে।
Thank you, sir. Now I invite our conference chairman, CA SK Sultania ji, to share his thoughts about this year's conference.
Respected Chief Guest, Sri President Bhagavan, other dignitaries, our distinguished speakers, past present, colleagues, delegates and friends. Good morning. It is indeed a matter of pride and satisfaction to stand before you as chairman of the annual conference 2025 of the Direct Tax Professional Association. The annual conference of DTV has always been more than just an academic exercise. It is a celebration of our profession, a conference of law, taxation, technology and ideas that define the role of tax professionals in nation building. Over the years, this conference has grown into a benchmark event in our fraternity. It is here that we reflect our changes in law, explore the aspect of policy and anticipate the transformation shaping the future. Each conference leaves us not only enriched but also better prepared to serve society and the profession with excellence. This year our focus is particularly significant. The theme tax, tech and transformation redefining professional excellence reminds us that our role is evolving. We are no longer confined to compliance. We are partners in growth, entrepreneurs of policy and technology. The inclusion of AI-driven experience from AI sketchboard and robot AI board to the participant photo board is not just engagement but also to showcase our rapidly technology in shaping our world. It symbolizes the very transformation we are here to discuss. Behind this lies the dedication of our many hands and minds. I would like to acknowledge the contribution of our President, C.A. Barkha Agarwal, Co-Chairperson, C.A. Nirupati, General Secretary, C.A. Samarwal, our past presidents and all committee members who worked day to night to ensure that every aspect of this conference is meaningful, seamless and memorable. I also extend my gratitude to our sponsors and supporters who have stood by us with their encouragement and generosity. Friends, the strength of conference lies not only in the speeches delivered but in the ideas exchange and the inspiration carried forward. I urge you to make the most of the session, interact with our community speakers and take back perspective that will add value to your practice and our provision. In conclusion, I say that this conference is not the destination, but a milestone in our collective journey of learning and transformation. Let us cherish with this day, absorb its lesson, and strengthen our resolve to redefine professional excellence in the years to come. Thank you.
May I now request CA Nilima Joshi ji, Co-Chairperson Conference Committee, to deliver the theme address for this year's conference.
Respected Chief Guest, Padam Shri Sajan Pajanka ji, our distinguished speakers, other dignitaries, past presidents, colleagues, delegates and friends. A very good morning to each one of you. It is indeed an honor and a moment of deep pride for me as the co-chairperson of this annual conference to stand before you today and share a few reflections on the theme of this year's event, which is tax, tech and transformation, redefining professional excellence. Every year we design the annual conference, we try to choose a theme that is not only topical but also forward-looking. This year's theme truly reflects the crossroads at which our profession stands. Tax represents our foundation. It is the area where we as professionals carry the responsibility of interpreting laws, guiding compliance, and ensuring fairness in the system. Taxation is not merely about numbers or returns, it is about building trust between the taxpayer and the nation. Tech symbolizes the present and the future, the rise of artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation, and data analytics, which is changing the very way we work. Technology is no longer an option, it is an inseparable part of our profession. Those who adopt will lead, those who resist will perish. Transformation is the outcome we much embrace. Transformation is not just about using new tools, it is about changing our mindset, our processes, and a vision of professional service. Transformation makes us more resilient, more innovative, more relevant to the society we serve. Thus, the trio of tech, tax, and transformation is not a choice. It is a necessity for redefining professional excellence. This annual conference is not simply a gathering of experts, nor is it just a yearly formality. It is a platform for reflection and renewal. It allows us to reflect on the latest legislative developments, whether it is direct tax, GST, Benami law, or light laws. It gives us a chance to reimagine our professional practice in the light of technology. For compliance automation to AI-based advisory, the boundaries are shifting faster than ever before. And most importantly, it helps us to reconnect with our professionals, with younger professionals, and with ourselves. It reminds us that no matter how much the world changes, the spirit of togetherness and collective learning will always define TTPA. Friends, I'm particularly happy that this year our conference is not only about serious deliberations, but is also about experiencing transformating firsthand. Alongside the technical sessions, we have engaging activities like the AI sketchboard, the paparazzi photo booth, and the robot AI booth. Friends, as professionals, we cannot control the pace of our global change, but we can decide how to respond to it. We can either remain passive recipients or become active leaders of transformation. The discussion we have today, the insights we carry home, and the changes we implement tomorrow will decide which path we choose. Let us not look at this conference as just another day of speeches, but as a milestone in our professional journey. Let us absorb, question, interact, and redefine what excellence means in 2025 and beyond. With these thoughts, I once again welcome you all to this annual conference. May it be a day of inspiration, of learning, and of transformation. Thank you so much.
We shall now proceed with the lighting of the inauguration lamp. I request our chief guest, Padma Shri Sajan Bhajanka Sarji, along with the dignitaries on the dais to kindly come forward. I also invite our guest speakers to join in this auspicious ceremony, and I also request our founder, President, Sri Narayan Jain, to please come forward. It is my honor to invite our chief guest to deliver his inaugural remarks.
দড়ি নিয়ে আসবে দড়ি
Respected President DTPA Rekhaji Agarwal, Chairman Organizing Committee Sajinji Sultania, Co-Chairman Nilimaji, and Secretary Shamji Agarwal, and dignitaries of the dais present in the hall, and the finest mind of our country present here today, ladies and gentlemen. We often think that only a prime minister or a minister can serve the country. But if you ask me, every single person, whether a sweeper keeping the roads clean, a doctor saving lives, or a tax professional ensuring financial honesty, all are serving the nation in their own way. A country runs not only by the decision taken in parliament, but also by the sincerity with each of us do our duty. A sweeper is keeping his duty for one day can make us realize his importance. Similarly, one careless certification by a tax professional can shake the faith of investors and exchequer. Among all the professionals, your role is unique because the nation reposed faith in you. By the Parliament Act, by the Auditor General of India, everywhere your signature, your status is recognized. You certify accounts, sign returns, you guide businesses, and those signatures are not just on paper. They are for the entire financial system. At the same time, your business comes from clients, and there lies the real challenge. If you go strictly against them, you may lose them. And if you blindly follow them, you may lose your credibility. The art of your profession is in finding a middle path, guiding clients firmly, correcting them patiently, and at the same time protecting them from unnecessary harassments. Allow me to say something slightly unconventional. It is better to say no to a doubtful case than to compromise your integrity. Not every client is worth your time, and not every job is worth your signature. One wrong signature can undo years of hard-earned reputation. I recall a saying, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 20 minutes to lose it. Your signature should be your right, not something for sale. Our tax system is not merely about sections of the act. Behind every return is a business, a family, and human aspirations. While you must uphold the law, you must also serve as a bridge, guiding taxpayers, educating them, and ensuring They are not crushed by technicalities and procedural lapses. You have the power to make taxation less of a burden and more of a partnership between citizens and the state. Let me share in a light note. People often joke that tax professionals are the only people who can make a person cry in 3 languages: numbers, law, and English. You are the only person who can make people cry in these 3 languages. But behind the joke lies a truth. You translate complexity into simplicity, confusion in clarity. That is your true service to the society. With artificial intelligence, Nilmaji also mentioned, automation and data analytics, the role of tax professional will not vanish. It will evolve further. Technology can produce numbers, but it cannot apply wisdom, ethics, and human judgment. That will always remain your domain. You will be needed even more to interpret, to counsel, to ensure fairness, and to uphold trust. In closing, let me return to my first point. Serving the nation is not about the chair we hold. It is about the sincerity with which we perform our duty. Whether one is Prime Minister or a sweeper, a soldier or a tax professional, each is the pillar of the nation. So when you certify a return, when you guide a client, when you choose integrity over convenience, remember you are performing national service. Respected friends, let your profession not just be a livelihood but a mission. Let your work not just earn you fees but also faith. And let your signature not just authenticate a return but also strengthen the trust between citizens and the country. This is the noblest contribution any professional can make. I was a little blunt, but you will forgive me for that because we always face in our interaction. Sometimes voters are in trouble, sometimes we are in trouble. So my suggestion was there to find a midway. Thank you very much.
We now come to the release of the souvenir for the year. May I request our chief guest and dignitaries to kindly join. I also invite C.A. Girdhar Delia, Chairman Souvenir Subcommittee, along with Co-Chairman C.A. Mohanlal Gupta ji, C.A. Ankit Buthra ji, and C.A. Sujit Sultania ji. Thank you so much, Souvenir Subcommittee. I now invite, now this is the time for direct tax publication, selected income tax history and insight, volume 5 to release. I invite C.A. P.R. Kothari ji, Chairman, Direct Tax Research and Publication Subcommittee. I also invite C.A. Sanjay Bajoria ji, C.A. N.K. Goyal ji, Ajit Kulsean ji, Vineet Jalanji, Anand Tibrewalji, and other members of the Research and Publication Committee to please join on the dais for release of the book.
এটা একটু আসেনি এনওটি কেটে যাচ্ছে এই যে সেটাতে করলে হবে মোবাইলটি চাইছো ठीक है
Thank you, Team Research and Publication. Now our next release is GST publication. Critical issues on GST judicial pronouncement. May I request our chief guest and dignitaries to kindly join along with Advocate Ankit Kanodia ji, Vikas Parak ji, DS Agarwal ji, Arup Das Gupta ji, and other Sai Singh Chaudhary ji and other members of the committee.
কি বলো তো ওদিকে দাঁড়াবে এদিকে দাঁড়াবে ঠিক জায়গায় যাচ্ছে কি খুলছে ওপেন চলে গেছে না আবার সবাই মিলে গেলে হবে না যাক
I would like to thank you, GST Publication Committee, for publishing the 5th edition of this book. Now we come to the conclusion of this inaugural session. So to conclude the inaugural session, I would request our Secretary, Sri Shyam Agarwal, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to present the formal vote of thanks as the General Secretary of one of the oldest professional organizations in Eastern India, the Direct Tax Professionals Association. I began by humbly recognizing the august presence of the distinguished Central Council members of ICI, CA Sanjeev Sanghi and CA Ravi Patwa, and Regional Council members of EIRC led by Chairman CA Vishnu Tulsian, CA Aditya Maheshwari, CA Hiram Agarwal and CA Vishwaranjan Sudhar. We place on record our deep appreciation to all the past presidents of the association who have been a guiding force and whose vision continues to inspire us. A special word of gratitude goes to the office bearers, executive committee members, special invitees and all the conference committee for their tireless efforts, meticulous planning and seamless execution that have made this conference a day to remember and cherish. I must also congratulate and give heartfelt thanks all the 3 publication committees, the Souvenir Committee, the Direct Tax Publication Committee and the Indirect Tax Publication Committee, whose dedicated work and scholarly contributions have enriched the knowledge base of our members and enhanced the value of this conference. All the publications have been given in your kits, conference kits. Now I am deeply honored by the gracious presence of our chief guest, Padam Shri Sajjan Bhajanka ji. A big round of applause, sir. His insightful and crisp address highlighting the important issues of business and professions has set the tone for the day and added immense value to our gathering. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to all the eminent speakers who have consented to spare their valuable time and insights and share their knowledge and expertise that will undoubtedly enrich the conference and benefit us. This year, we have also tried to bring technology to the heart of the conference. All delegates shall receive their participation certificates just by filling up a Google form which has been made by the Information Technology Committee and which we will share with the delegates in the WhatsApp group for making the process seamless and eco-friendly. Additionally, we have created engaging experiences just outside this hall with respect to robots, a sketchbot and a paparazzi booth to give you a glimpse on how technology is increasingly becoming part of our day-to-day lives. Finally, on behalf of DTPA, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to the media fraternity for the wholehearted support and extensive pre-coverage of our annual conference 2025. Your efforts in spreading awareness and highlighting the objectives of the conference have played a pivotal role in reaching a wider audience. And lastly, thank you to all the delegates who have been present here in the morning at 9:30 and making this inauguration a great success. Thank you so much, everyone. We will start the first technical session immediately. Would request all past presidents to please join on the dais. All past presidents of DTPA, please join on the dais. And all the council members of ICI and regional council, both central council and regional council of ICI, please. Would request our speakers also, Ashwin sir and Vijay sir, they are here. To please come on the dais. Ashwini sir, sir please. Vijay sir. Thank you everyone. We'll start with the first technical session immediately.
सर आपका दोस्त तो नहीं आता है कभी?
अब यार ऐसा ही है, सब तरह के लोग होते हैं, हम आते हैं ना, हम आते हैं।
কোথায় যাবে এখান থেকে? তুই পজিশনটা দেখলে বুঝতে পারবি কোন দিকে জায়গা। আরে সেটা বাড়ির থেকে যাবে, বাড়িতে তো লোক বসে আছে, লোকের সামনে দাঁড়াবে। এই দেখো পেজ পেজ দেখো, হ্যাঁ দেখছি আসলে ওই চল্লিশটা থেকে শুরু কাছে আছে, দেখছি অন্য কিছু অনুষ্ঠান দেখছি লাইভ কি করে এখন শুধু দাঁড়িয়ে স্টেজ তো ফাঁকা, স্টেজ তো ফাঁকা না। আমি একটা লাইভই টানবো, অফ করলে তো মুশকিল। ঠিক আছে না করে নেওয়ার জন্য না, আমি ওয়েট করছি শুরু কখন, আমি ওয়েট করছি শুরুটা কখন। বললো শুরু হোক।
everyone to please settle down. We'll start our first technical session. I request our office bearers and executive committee members to please ask people outside to please come inside and settle down as we are starting with our first technical session. I would request office bearers to please help in delegates. Please come inside and settle down.
ঠিক আছে, তুমি এটা দেখো, আমি এটা
I request everyone standing in the hall to please settle down so that we can start our first technical session. Girdhar ji, Manju ji. I request Gendra ji and Manju ji to please escort our chairman Rakesh Mishra sir and speaker Ashwini Taneja sir to the dais please. Manju. सर आप स्टार्ट करेंगे तो सब आ जाएंगे आपके आवाज से. I request everyone present in the hall to please settle down. श्याम जी, please सबको लाइए.
ठीक है ना खूप फार ना
Hello. Check. Requesting delegates to please come inside. Requesting all delegates to please come inside. The first technical session is to start. Our respected speakers, our chief guests, our chairmen, I request to please come inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin our first technical session. So,
Once again, please requesting all delegates to come inside. I request the tea counter to be closed immediately. All delegates to please come inside.
Good morning, everyone. So, let us start our first technical session. I would request now CA Manjulata Sukla, Senior Vice President, to introduce the Session Chairman Direct Tax, Mr. Rakesh Mishra Sir, Accountant Member ITAT Kolkata.
A very good morning to all. All the distinguished guests, members, respected seniors and fellow professionals. It is indeed honor to begin this session of profile reading at the DTPA annual conference. Our guiding motto is Ekam Gyanam Cha Nyayartham, which beautifully conveys that knowledge and purpose go hand in hand. Reminds us that true wisdom is not only in learning, but in applying it meaningfully for the larger purpose. With that spirit, we proceed to introduce the profile of session chairman and the esteemed speaker, whose journeys and achievements reflect both knowledge and purposeful action. Their experience will not only enrich our understanding but also inspire us to align our professional pursuit with values of integrity, diligence, and collective good. Our first direct tax session chairman is Sri Rakesh Mishra Sir. He needs no introduction, but as a formality I am introducing. Rakesh Sir, born in Agra on 19th May 1962. Sri Rakesh Mishra ji, after doing his primary schooling at the Agra and ICSE from Dehradun, completed BTech from the ITBHU, Varanasi in 1984. He worked with the Engineers India, New Delhi, in their System Engineering and Computer Service Division. New Delhi from 1984 for 3 years. In December 1987, he joined the Indian Railway Service. After undergoing induction training at NADT Nagpur, he started his journey in the IRS from Agra and traveled to Bulandshahr, Bhopal, Lucknow, Mumbai, Ranchi in various capacities, doing appellate, investigative and administrative functions. And also held the charge of CITTR and Director, Direct Taxes Regional Training Institute at Lucknow. He was promoted as the Principal CCIT in May 2021 and retired on the superannuation at Principal CCIT Bihar in Jharkhand, Patna on 31st May 2022 before settling at Lucknow. Sir also has a law degree and was enrolled as an advocate, rendered advisory services relating to income tax, IBC, service matters. He joined as an accountant member in Kolkata benches, Kolkata on 19th March 2024 and continues in Kolkata till date. He is an avid reader and a lifelong learner, has a passion for training and knowledge sharing. He also plays table tennis and chess. And sir has a music and movie are his other engagements. He lives with his wife who has a PhD degree in economics and has 2 sons. Now I am requesting President Barkha Agarwal to do the felicitation ceremony.
Geo app টা আছে Geo app বলে যাবে
I would again request everyone to please come inside and settle down as our speakers are feeling very hot, please. And also I request their AV team to please keep quiet while we are delivering. We are making lot of noise. I would request our past president and founder member Advocate Narayan Jain to present proud bouquet and authority to Session Chairman Direct Tax Mr. Rakesh Mishra Sir, Accountant Member ITT Kolkata. I would also request Radhika Agra sir to please come forward.
না সামনে চলে গেলে হবে নাকি?
সঙ্গে করতে শুরু আমরা এদিকে চলে আসি।
Now request again Sri Madhurita Shuklaji to introduce our speaker of direct tax, Advocate C. Ashwini Taneja.
এই দাস ধরে নিয়ে যাও। হ্যাঁ এই তো
Ashwini Taneja, sir,
মানে কিছু
who needs no introduction, is a well-known
নিয়ে যান
speaker
কোথায় হয় না
known to all of us. But I have to introduce and introducing. Sri Ashwini Taneja, sir, is currently practicing as a lawyer, specializing in the area of dealing with and handling all facts of economics, corporate and tax laws, rendering his representation services at various judicial forums all across the country. Mr. Taneja is a former member of Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, a lawyer, chartered accountant, company secretary, cost and management accountant, and also holds degree of Become Honors, LLB, and LLM and diploma in DISA from ICI. He has to his credit more than 25 years of experience. He firstly practiced as a chartered accountant during the period from 1995 to 2006 in the field of tax planning, litigation, business advisory, due diligence, and audit of different segments of business organizations. Thereafter, Mr. Taneja switched over to advocacy in the year 2006 and practiced as lawyer with a strong focus on the appellate sides of the income tax law. He appeared before the Income Tax Appellate Tribunal, High Court, and Supreme Court of India till 2015. In the year 2015, he was appointed as a member of Income Tax Appellate Tribunal and continued there till 2017. There he authored and co-authored more than 2,000 judgments dealing in involving large variety of issues of domestic as well as international tax for numerous types of taxpayers. Mr. Taneja has widely travelled abroad and on invitations attended a conference on the international tax for the updation of human model tax convention at the United Nations headquarters at New York. He was also invited by the Chief Justice of Tax Court of Canada for of the International Association of Tax Judges Canada and became member in the year 2017 and also participated in their Global Tax Conference held in Finland. He was invited to speak at the 7th Pittsburgh International Legal Forum on the legal issue arising in bilateral trade between India and Russia. He is now back in the legal profession and is a name to reckon with the anti-money laundering law, Benami law, Black Money Act, FEMA, and litigation in other economic offences. Besides that, income tax law matters. He is founder partner of Prudence Law Chambers. Again, I request President C. Barkha Agarwalji to do the felicitations.
Thank you, Manjuji. President Paras Kucharji and Subhash Agarwalji to please come forward and hand over the Tari and bouquet to the Speaker Ashwini Taneja Sarji. Now I request our past President Pramod Himasinga ji and KP Khandelwal ji to please come forward and hand over the memento and give hamper from elbows to the Speaker. Thank you all the past presidents. Now I request our direct tax chairman, Rakesh Mishra sir, to please give his opening remarks.
नमस्कार। डायरेक्ट टैक्स प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन के प्रेसिडेंट मैडम अग्रवाल, श्री एस.के. सुल्तानिया जी, मैडम नीलिमा जोशी, श्री श्याम अग्रवाल, ऑल चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स, the speaker for today's session, श्री Ashwini Taneja ji, ex-member ITAT, esteemed audience and dear friends. When the president of your association came to invite me for the session, I was just wondering, why have I been chosen? And there's so many other senior officers and senior members. But then I realized that the topic tax tech and transformation is one, I think, which appeals to me. So probably subconsciously the message must have gone to them that invite this gentleman who is not only seen the changes occurring in taxes in the department, in the country, but has also embraced them. And to add to that, my journey in the department started as AC systems. And that was the time when the department used to allot PANs. And we were actually allotted PANs. I was posted in Patna for a brief period to handle the fodder scan because there was any short of manpower. By the way, I will not deliver the speech, but because that is a part of the speaker. So I am trained to hear all of you, but since this is the only time when I can talk, so I'll just do the talking. So please bear with me. And it is no prepared speech, whatever comes to my mind. And I may be eating your time, sir, with the due apologies, but please bear with me. So I started as a system, and that was a time when we were manually used to sort of compute the total tax revenue of a particular charge. I was posted in Agra that time, and we used to get those scores for the bank. The refund used to be in 5 copies, if all of you remember. There used to be a refund voucher and a refund order, and all our staff would be writing it. And incidentally, when I went back to Agra in January, I think the total number of PANs allotted was around 10,000. So my commissioner told me that this is the area where we are lacking. So I am posting you as ACC. I said, fine enough, sir. And within a span of a month and a half, with my whatever team was available, we managed to allot more than 1 lakh PAN. Not just print them, we also printed the intimation letters and dispatched them. We tied up with the post office, and there was a book now and pay later scheme. So we didn't have to shell out the money. The bills came later, and then we could manage it. So I think that was the first starting point of the change in the department. When I went to Bhopal, the restructuring had taken place. ETDS had just been introduced. And that was the time when the second phase of change in the department came along with technology. And these are the changes related to technological changes. As and when technology is evolving in the country, the department is embracing it. And incidentally, income tax department was the flagship. It was a flag bearer of embracement of technology. And other departments like GST and the sales tax department, they basically follow whatever the experience of the department was. In fact, in Bombay, when this GST was coming, all the excise department wanted to sort of digitize their affairs. They had invited me as a speaker to discuss whatever the experience of the department was. So in 2000 TDS came. Prior to that, if you remember, the TDS form used to be very bulky. You used to file it, and there was no scope for linking or processing it. In a few cases, they used to be processed. But when this TDS came, I'll just give you one example how technology can affect our entire thought process. There was a case of LIC, one of the branches, which was being processed. And in ETDS, penalty shock was noticed for about 11 different defaults would be automatically generated if the US statement was being processed. It was a branch of LIC, small branch, and a show cause notice went to them. For the reason that the certificate which was required to be issued to the LIC agents, they were delayed and there was a penalty for that. The cumulative default system worked out at more than 1 lakh days. The penalty was around 100 rupees for each day of default. So the total quantum of penalty worked out to around 1 crore. When the notice went, they took it very casually because they were shifting from a paper environment to digital environment without understanding what the implications are. And they very casually sent one of their office boys seeking a payment and all that. So I just conveyed to them what is the implication of it. They don't respond, a penalty of 1 crore plus would be imposed not by me but by the system. The very next day, once the implication was conveyed to them, the zonal manager, the branch manager, and the entire team was in the office, and they discussed it. Then, subsequent to it, the department had analyzed the data of TDS. They came up with the deductors who were deducting tax for the deductees, and the deductees were not filing the return of income, and they were corporates. The department did not analyze the data of non-corporate, only the corporates. And in Bhopal alone, we got around 500 cases. Simultaneously, when the deductees were claiming some tax deduction, and the deductor had not filed their TDS statement, that data was also analyzed. And the consequence for the deductor was a penalty. The default penalty for the defaults are not filing the. So we got the data. By the time I was transferred out, I was posted as OSD because I was awaiting my posting order. I was promoted as commissioner at that time. So my CC said that I wanted to do 2 things. First, set up my TDS, office. And secondly, these are the CDS come from the board. Please take action on this. So I said the only action that can be taken is issuing the show cause notices. In all 500 cases, we issued the notices. Thereafter, I was transferred, and my successor had enough work for more than 3 months to happen. The third change in the department came when I was posted in Ranchi as CCIT. And I think it was 13th August or 13th August 2014, the Honorable Prime Minister's speech. So we were just watching, and suddenly we found that the entire scenario had changed. We were no longer going to interact with the taxpayers. The department, to the extent of 70% of manpower being shifted from faceless, had gone faceless. And now it was a different regime altogether. Subsequently, the appellate function also became faceless. Why I am discussing is that the changes were coming gradually. We were not prepared for it. But when the change came, we had to embrace it. We didn't have any option. So this tax, tech and transformation, when I saw the word transformation, I asked your chairman, whose transformation? Is it of the taxpayers? Is it of the tax professionals? Or is it of the tax administrator? Because ultimately, if you look at it not from the tax law point of view, but from the revenue point of view, all three are working either directly or indirectly for generating revenue, for plugging the leakages of revenue, which will ultimately go for the cause of nation building. And when We used to have that India as a developing country. It used to cause a lot of pain to us. But now when we hear that we are the fourth largest economy and soon going to be the third largest economy in the world, we have the highest manpower available, the biggest HRD asset which is available anywhere in the world. I think a time has come when we have to shift our mindset.
Hello.
There's a beautiful book I would recommend those who have not read it. It's a very short book, I think 50 pages, but it's a very profound reading. It's a story about two mice, and they somehow found a whole store of cheese. So they used to go there, eat cheese. One mouse found that soon the stock of the cheese is going to replenish, it is going to vanish. So he started hunting for alternate. The other one who continued, who was thinking that nothing going to happen, eventually he lost his food because he did not explore other avenues and he died of hunger. So it's a very, very profound story and I think you must read it. And why I am telling you this is because I am reminded of a quote by Alvin Toffler. He said, the illiterate of the 21st century, and we are in the 21st century, let me remind all of us. The illiterate, and this was said long back, I think around 30 or 40 years back. The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot learn, but they will be those who cannot learn, unlearn and relearn. I think this is a very relevant conference. The topic is very relevant because now we are sitting at the entrance where the entire scenario all over the world is going to change. You have a technology, you have a ChatGPT on one day, next day you find that the entire concept of ChatGPT has changed because China has come up with some other OpenAI platform. And when technology is changing so fast, they are using AI and machine learning, not just for the accounting purposes, not just for the tax laws. In fact, few years back, I saw one video of Deloitte. It's a very short video, it was a promotion video. They had certain issues related to what we have right here. So the gentleman just points to the screen, give me all the tax cases related to this particular issue. And all the cases are flashed on the screen with all the connecting dots. Then the next question is, these are my issues. You please list out all the cases related to my issues. And the cases are reduced. The third question which he asked, on these facts, what is the probability that I will win the case? And I'm not talking about today, I'm talking about this video I had seen about, maybe it's still available on the YouTube and they have commented on that prototype. So this system comes up with a particular percentage of 30 or 40% is the chances. Another promotion video which I came across was a few years back. It's an Indian company. They had downloaded all the orders of a particular judge, analyzed those orders, then they had certain issues, and then they put that question to the AI system, whatever was there, asking the system to respond, what are the chances that this particular judge on these case laws which I will decide will give a decision in our favor or will give against us. And as they said, technology is a good servant but a very bad master. And those who can use it as a tool, I think they are going to benefit. I will not say that AI is going to replace human intelligence and human capability, but if you embrace it, use it as a tool, I think you will benefit. But if you stay back in your own mindset in the old, I think you are going to do the not as a professional, but maybe because you will not be providing adequate service to the clients, you may lose out on it.